into the first. Evan Aldo here. Hope you guys are doing well. Let me just turn down this a little bit. Got the, I know Plan E. What's going on, Plan E? Hope you're doing well, man. Oh, my thing's not on. Damn it, my camera's not on. That's weird. Oh shoot. 1 second here. Plan E, I know you're doing. I know you were probably watching the. Yeah, I know you're watching the game, the Miami game, Miami, Indiana. We'll see. I went to Miami. If you guys were not familiar, it was okay. Fun times to a certain extent. You know, I mean, college today is not, a lot of BS too, but is what it is. So yeah, here are the latest trades. I'm just trying to like set this up so I can see the chat and then see. Yeah. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I got it on. I got my second monitor here. I got the game watching. Seeing. I think I want to do a live stream for you guys. Close game. I mean, we might be able to pull it off, man. I mean, I feel like we definitely got a shot. I mean, I was a little afraid watching Indiana blow out whoever the hell they blew out the other week. But yeah, I mean, we're playing. We might be able to. I mean, we're at home. We could pull it off. Yeah. Why not? Let me also. I wanted to do the screen a little bit different yesterday for when I had Nightshade on, but yeah, here's the. I had a cool conversation with Nightshade yesterday or last night, I should say, and yeah. Where's the? I'm just sorry about that. I'm just trying to. There's only so much room on this damn external like screen, so I'm just trying to put the game and then get everything. But yeah, I mean, any given Monday. Yeah. What's up, Theo Rodriguez? So hope you guys are doing well. Markets. So we'll talk about the market. I don't want to talk about my game the whole time. I keep it here so I could see what's going on. But yeah, I mean, it could be the beginning of the end. I still would. I mean, I was watching Crypto Phase's video. I still would keep a slight, maybe bullish bias that we can make a higher low here and jump, because we haven't really hit anything that crazy yet in terms of like in terms of this needs to be the correction. Like like 100 or 50 weekly moving average, things of that nature. You haven't hit it yet. That's not to say that you won't hit it, but you haven't hit it yet. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, losing that, I think you're gonna. I mean, the thing too is let's just get into standard granddaddy Bitcoin analysis. Your weekly is in the grays here. That's not a good sign. I think you would really want to break in. I mean, the standards actually for getting bullish have gotten slightly lower. You probably just have to break and hold like 102, but that seems even less likely, based on these gray EMAs, based on everything going on, all the tariffs and that. So, in addition, a lot of these time frames do not look the best in terms of money flow too. This damn weekly. I mean, in terms of money flow. I mean, according to this, you probably don't even want to think about buying Bitcoin until like June or May, I would say. But wait till that money flow goes deeper. Obviously, anything can happen, but that's just based on one time frame there. I would say your 2-day is kind of neutral with that money flow. Your daily looks like it's gonna roll over. You could get some more jumps up to 102 maybe, but it's not looking the best. I think more your bull case in the short term would be these trigger waves to jump up to 101, 102, things of that nature. That's what I say. Hands are in for bruising. Well, I mean, look at the betting odds. I mean, probably got a 70% chance for Indiana. I mean, obviously, yeah. That's is that a holding call or? I couldn't even tell what. Yeah, okay, so Indiana got yeah. We'll see what happens. I think the Canes got a chance. I mean, still got a chance. We'll see what happens. Be a big upset if we could win this. I mean, they're at home. But yeah. I mean, I went there. I've been in that stadium. It was Sun Life, I think, my freshman year. Then they changed it to Hard Rock Stadium. So yeah, there's that. Looks like the SPX could outperform Bitcoin for 6 months. Yeah, it's outperformed Bitcoin, Plan E, since July. There was that billionaire wallet, that $1 billion Bitcoin wallet that moved for the first time in July in like many, probably like 10 years or something. And that was the time where Bitcoin topped against S&P 500. So I would assume that person probably at least moved a little bit of Bitcoin into the S&P 500. Going downward here on your, yeah. Yeah, this doesn't look good. I mean, futures do not look good right now. I think this is a likely top. Anything could happen, obviously. That's a likely top on your S&P 500. As I've talked about, maybe some wicks up. We'll see what happens. And I think silver probably should follow. Here's your area right here. If you lose like 92, it gets much more bearish there, I think. That's what I would argue. Maybe who the hell knows? Maybe 100, but I feel like that's not. I feel like you're getting close. This could go until Powell speaks, I think. I can't. Powell's just going to tell everyone to go after themselves, I think, in my opinion. Palantir looks like it wants to go down. Insurance stocks, this has been sideways for a while. I feel like that's going to break down. Berkshire Hathaway versus SPY. We're getting to the point. We got to see what this does in February, but this should outperform the SPY. So yeah. Bitcoin dominance and stablecoin dominance. Yeah. Well, I got Bitcoin dominance right here. I would think short term, I don't know, man. Bitcoin, I think it's in a macro downtrend. That doesn't mean to put all your money in alts right now, but I think it's kind of in a macro downtrend. Short term, maybe some of these trigger waves, it's hard to say, but I think if you look at history, this is when the Fed ended QT the last time, kind of a gradual decline, then you had to jump up in later 2020, and then it really came down. So maybe a slow, gradual decline. I think ETH will generally outperform Bitcoin, but very short term, probably not so much. But hopefully, next 4 to 6 months should outperform Bitcoin. That's going to be good for ETH, and that's going to kind of prove to me to a certain extent that ETH has still got it. So that's going to be good. Stablecoin dominance, yeah, that's a good one to look at. So USTD dominance. If you guys aren't too familiar, generally, it depends, but generally when this goes up, it's when Bitcoin goes down. This has gone up here. I would say this is kind of, neutral. You could argue this is more bearish, and that would be good for Bitcoin theoretically, but I don't know. If I had to base this on how I've been looking at Bitcoin, I would say this is bullish because I think Bitcoin's probably going to go down farther, but maybe this time is different. I just want to look, let's just compare this to like late, 21 or early 22. So, you had come up and then so we could be like right here, that's where we could be. And then you got another jump into the, end of the year or something. This thing does generally go up with time, keep that in mind. It generally does go up. It's below, below what it was in that bear market, but I would think it would probably go back to these levels at least, maybe make higher highs. I don't know, depending on how much Bitcoin goes down. But yeah, I do think that this will probably go up, even though the chart looks a little, looks, I guess, overall in the macro more bearish, but I still think this has got a good shot of going up. Wanted to look at the news articles. Let's just get these up because Nasdaq futures down. So it's quite a bit. It's 1%. Dow's down 400. So yeah, a decent amount. And tariff threats. It kind of makes sense. He's trying to use it for leverage, trying to use it for negotiation. Makes sense. I think this time around, I think it'll be a few months. Probably a few months of that. I haven't studied this extensively, but I don't think the U.S. is going to be able to take Greenland. I don't think Denmark's going to agree to that. I don't think you can do that really without military force. And I think just Europe's not going to be on board with that. I think there's more beef between, you know, for worse or for better, probably for worse. But I think there's more beef between, you know, the U.S. and Europe in recent years for probably obvious reasons, and they're not gonna, you know, oh, that's a pretty good run. Indiana may score here, but yeah. So that's kind of what I'm looking at there. Japan 40-year bond fresh highs as Asian. Okay, so Japan's bond market's going up. Are we able to see futures for? I think China's stock market's got a few more years. I think it'll see a bad 2030s though. China could kind of collapse during the 2030s, but collapse like the U.S. collapsed in the 1930s and then emerge more powerful than ever. Keep that in mind. That could definitely happen. Emerging markets ETF is the one people have looked at. It probably... now that's a big place. I could see this rejecting and coming down a bit, but it'll probably outperform the SPY for the next couple of years, potentially. I mean, there's a lot of speculation, too. Oh, inside the 10. Ooh, that's almost a touchdown there. Almost. Did they get the touchdown? I don't think they got that. Oh, no, they did. I think they did, yeah. Wow, okay. Yeah, I think Johnny M may have it here. I don't know, I thought he was out of bounds, but I don't know. We'll see. Let's see. That play out foot. I don't know. Is that considered out of bounds? I don't know. Good effort, though. Good effort. I like that effort. I don't know if that's out of bounds. I have no clue. I forget how. If you touch the line, I think you're out of bounds, right? I don't know. They're going to score anyway. It doesn't matter, but yeah. I mean, energy is the big. I mean, energy is what I think is probably the best bet for the next 4 to 6 months. I think this can jump up to maybe $70 or something. Like this can jump. That's what I would say. Like rotational, you know, profits from gold, silver probably would go into energy. Would probably make sense. I'm just curious if you look at this versus, let's say, silver, and it's probably generally just only goes down against silver, which is not too bueno. Yeah, I don't even, maybe some turnaround coming. When you look at this, it makes you not want to buy XLE. Let's look at XLE versus gold. That's probably not going to be as, a bounce here would not be out of the realm of possibility. You know, that would definitely be doable. And then let's see here. I don't know. Actually, let's do versus SPY. We're trying to I think we're pretty concluded that, this could jump against the SPY. I think we're pretty concluded that this will outperform. SPY will outperform NASDAQ. I don't know, man. I think a lot of people, you know, get too obsessed with politics in the U.S. on both sides. And I think it's inevitable, but I think it's one of the things that's going to, in the long run, lessen the U.S. as a world power. I mean, even if Trump can do, you know, let's say Trump does everything he wants to do and all this stuff. I mean, your lion's going to be gone in a few years, man. I mean, can J.D. Vance handle the pressure? Can he, as a neocon, as a, you know, as all that? I want to open the window here. It's getting a little hot in here. But, you know, as a neocon and all that, and the establishment, you know, that type of figure, can he keep the realm? You know, can he prevent AOC from winning in 2032? Or Ilhan Omar from getting in? You know? That's the thing, too. Elaborate? Yeah. What do you think, Planny? I mean, I don't know. Well, I mean, a year ago it was Canada. That was the view that the U.S. was going to take over Canada. And all that did was help the communist, or excuse me, the far leftist politician win, kind of, in Canada. It didn't work out too well. So, I mean, yeah. I mean, that's kind of the thing there. So, oh, they didn't get the, okay, yeah, he was out of bounds, yeah. Vance, I think, will win in 28. I don't think he'll be able to win in 2032, though. I think you'll see a recession during his first term, and that's going to be kind of the end of that, unfortunately. But that's kind of how it is. I mean, it's not necessarily, doesn't mean he's like going to be a bad president or anything, but obviously anything could happen. We'll see. But yeah, I think my main fear is that you'll see like somebody like AOC get the freaking nomination in 2032, especially if we're in recession, especially if a lot more jobs have been automated away, unemployment's high, people, are going to gravitate more towards those type of people. Your Mebdanis, your AOCs. Newsom, I think, will probably lose in 28, and then he probably won't have the momentum to run again in 32. I guess he could, but it's relatively rare that they do that. That would have kind of been like Hillary running again in 2020 after losing in 2016. I mean, it has happened. What is it? Nixon ran and lost against JFK, and then won after LBJ. Who did LBJ beat for? Oh, it was that guy. Yeah, that guy. I forget, from Arizona or whatever. Barry Goldwater, I think. And then Nixon ran, but that was 2 term. Yeah, that was 8 years later. Nixon was young when he first. So it's pretty rare that they would do that. I guess it's possible Newsom could, run, but usually you're not going to be the nominee again after you lose. And I don't think Newsom can win in 28. I just don't. I don't think that's very possible. Very likely, at least, without a recession. I mean, okay, you talk about recession, things of that nature, sure. Yeah, it'd probably be a change of hands. But without that, it's going to be tough, especially against a candidate that most people like, you know what I mean? Like a J.D. Vance. But yeah, I do think that, who's this? 93. Yeah, all these ideas. Is this ever going to come to fruition? Use a 401k to buy a home? None of this is going to. I mean, he's going to try to do all he can. He's only got a few years left, but. Unemployment is not, the most. Let's see, unemployment. I mean, it's going to. I think it'll gradually kind of come up. Let's see. Let's let this load here. I mean, follow that trajectory. Let's just look at this. Gradually will go up into, I would say, yeah, well, I don't think you're going to, you could get higher in 26, maybe some fear or whatever. And then you probably, I mean, nothing really goes in a straight line with this, although more than some things, but kind of like that, maybe, I don't know, into the end of the decade. It could be flat for a few years. This is hard to say. I think long term, this is going to go up and you're going to get a recession, as you always have, but, it's tough to say. I think I kind of marked out recessions, yeah, like where, probably didn't really, and this one only went up to, that's interesting too, because it's not always, probably 08 was high, and it took a while to really, I mean, this was high for years, man, yeah, this was, and then I feel like, remember, what's interesting, I was over here 2015, what did people start to use a lot in 2015? What became really mainstream? Uber, gig economy. That could have been one of the things that brought us down farther, Definitely could have been. And now Indiana has scored, finally. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing there. And I think that it shouldn't be, especially with Trump, and I don't think it's going to be anything bad during his term. But I think that 2028 to 2032, that's what I think, will be, will be when it happens. This one I've seen, this meme coin, I think that could, A lot of this stuff too is scary looking. Like it wants to break down too. There was a blood diamond in this somewhere. Yeah, I mean of all things, yeah, stupid meme coin, but yeah. Altcoins in general, yeah, that's the thing we were looking at. You know, Bitcoin dominance, all that. This there was a blood diamond somewhere. It was on the weekly. It's the 4-day, yeah, 4-day blood diamond there. I don't know if I like this. I don't know if I like this for alts versus Bitcoin right now. Maybe that was the bottom. Probably will be. But I don't really know if I like that. You know what I mean? Total 3 minus Tether versus Bitcoin, which is a similar chart, obviously. Kind of just alts versus Bitcoin. Yeah, that's interesting. That same damn blood diamond. I don't know. I think it will come down a little bit more here potentially. Blood diamond there, yeah. I mean, this could be because, you know, long weekend, you know, more of the bearish things could be kind of an illusion here, you know, kind of a hallucination in the desert, if you will, or something like that. But, yeah, were they fighting? If I'm holding Atom and Dot, do I think they... So, I mean, I sold my Atom and Dot back in sometime in October, I think towards the end of October, on the 3-week kind of trigger wave on ETH. That looked pretty bearish, so I sold them there. I mean, Atom Dot right now, I think that if we look at, I think this would be the place to try to get out because you got your jump a little bit. I mean, it's tough to say, man, because it's like a full bubble pop pattern. Like, part of me wants to say this will recover. And part of me also wants to say that, like, if you've been holding this a long, long time, it's probably not worth too much. Especially if you're down like freaking 70 or 80%, sadly, like probably a lot of people are, you know, it depends. Both of these projects, unfortunately, don't display too much hope at the moment, unfortunately. So, yeah, your guess is as good as mine, man. I mean, I sold my dot around, when the hell did I sell this? Probably around here, 3 something, maybe 330, 320, I don't know. Somewhat, yeah, I mean, that's the thing too, because like, yeah, I mean, I would have been down 40 more percent on 40 to probably 30 to 50% on most of the things that since when, I mean, I sold this around here or something. Yeah, I mean, well, maybe there, down 30. I mean, you know, man, I mean, it's just like, I mean, if you think Bitcoin's going to go, unless you think Bitcoin's super cycle, then yeah. What was it when I sold? Yeah, I mean, I sold not everything, but I mean, I sold a lot of stuff on this 3-week on. I'll show you, and I've been talking about this for a while. Right here is where I sold. So October 27th, give or take, when it started to print. Now, I sold before it officially confirmed, but then I think I got out of ETH at like 36, maybe 35. I don't know exact. I'd have to look, but let's see. I think it was around here. Yeah, maybe 37. Yeah, 37, 38, which was not bad. I mean, can you get back there? Maybe. I don't think so. I think this isn't a right, especially this 3-day. Damn. Nah, I mean, unfortunately, I mean, if I had Dot and Atom right now, I probably would sell. You know, based on how the charts look. Yeah, based on how the charts look. But I don't know, if my position was so freaking small that, you know, I don't even care if it goes to 0, maybe I'd hold. But yeah, I mean, I think that if there's going to be something that prevents Bitcoin from actually hitting 100K, you know, in this bear market rally, if you will, it's probably the Trump stuff, the tariffs and all that. That's what I would say. We got about 10 more days of the month. I think 9 or 10 more days until the next, you know, FOMC meeting. I think that's actually 9 days. So, you know, you could try to wait till then. I would probably sell at least before Powell speaks or whatever. I think it's kind of obvious. I mean, I would be very surprised if the guy says anything that's going to help out altcoins or help out, gold or silver or even the S&P 500, based on what's happening. I think that based on the type of the person Powell is, I don't think he's too happy about everything Trump is doing. It's Greenland, and he's trying to go, I mean, if you're Powell, I don't think you're too happy about that. I think you're pretty angry, you're pretty frustrated. I mean, I don't think you're that, I don't think you're that, you're going to be out in a few months. I don't think you're that, completely furious, but, I appreciate you, Carlton Way. Let's see, appreciate long-term hold. Yeah, I mean, I don't, yeah, I mean, I can't tell you. I don't know. I mean, it just seems like, I mean, how long do you want to wait for Adam and Dot to have potentially come back? You know what I mean? It's just not, it's just, they just look so bad right now. Well, it's not even, it's just like how many years? Like, I mean, it would be crazy if, it would just be crazy if we can get, especially with everything going on. Like, I think Bitcoin's going to go down, and I think that energy is going to outperform it. I think energies, the things that really only have potential, I think, to be technically green in the next 4 to 6 months are probably number one, energy, 2, uranium. I don't even think gold and silver is going to be green next 4 to 6 months, but we'll see. It seems like it's just energy. I mean, if Berkshire Hathaway could kind of do what it did last time with these tariffs, and I'm kind of betting on that to a certain extent, then it'll outperform the SPY, but it'll probably still be red like everything else. Yeah, I think Powell's going to sound hawkish. In terms of like mortgage, I mean, let me go on Polymarket. I want to see if we didn't officially go under, 6% yet for mortgage rates. And with Powell, it doesn't seem, we probably won't. I actually bet on this that we would go under 30. I was just messing around. It was not like a big bet or anything, but let's see if it comes up. Oh, well, 61% now. Maybe I'll win the bet. 50%. Yeah, it's moving around 50% chance. I got in 54. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. This is I guess the Freddie Mac website is the best one. You're getting close. I mean, you should go. I would think if SPY, well, we got the damn tariffs. That's our problem. I would think if SPY goes down, yeah. VLO, I could look at those. Yeah. What is one of those? Is that Chevron? Is one of those? Oh, are you talking about Valero? That's tough to say. I like the XLE the best. I think Exxon. I would pick them highest market cap probably. I mean, we can compare these. I mean, this is a smaller market cap, right? Yeah, 55 bill. Let's see. Is it this? No. I feel like that's the Chile. Some like funny crypto. Like, I mean, I would say this has outperformed it for a while. It probably will continue. If you're betting on the trend, Valero probably will continue. Yeah. Looks like ExxonMobil may bleed against ExxonMobil though. I mean, I'm just curious about, Valero versus, and this has probably outperformed. Yeah, it probably has outperformed. Yeah, XLE. XLE is more conservative though, but yeah, Valero looks decent. Why not? Yeah. I kind of like I like the EDF. It's a little bit more. I'm in Oxy too, Occidental Petroleum. Tomorrow will be interesting. Yeah, markets will be open. I would assume you're not going to make like a big recovery and finish green tomorrow, but anything's possible. I think markets would probably be down, and I think they could jump around a little bit, but I think for some months generally going to be more of a bearish situation, at least in my view, at least in my prediction. So that's what I will say there. But yeah. Almost halfway through this college football championship, Miami versus Indiana. So, yeah, slowing economic growth. is. But yeah, I mean, looking at a few of these, I mean, energy's bullish. That's what I will say. Energy in general, pretty bullish. I mean, crypto in general, concerning. I would say overall. Short term, if you can hold here, you might do something, but I don't know, man. It's getting a little, a little tough. Trump speak. I didn't even know he was speaking at the World Economic Forum. When is that? Has he ever spoken at that? I think it's just a similar speech as normal. It's like his normal speeches. I don't think it means much. The media will probably have fun with it as usual. But I don't think it really. And what's that gonna do? Like, what's he gonna say? He just wants Greenland? I don't know. Like, I want Greenland. We're gonna take Greenland. That's it. I don't know if he's. Yeah. What else could he say? I think it's halftime right now. I'm not going to stay on a ton, guys. If you guys have any other questions, let me know. If you guys are interested in making some of these trades, I almost want to freaking just close these out completely. I locked in profits, but check out the Discord down below. If you guys are interested in signing up for a new exchange, want a deposit bonus, all that good stuff. 10 more days about for BYDFI. Deposit 20K, get 2K back. And BloFin, deposit 7K, get 1K. Or that just ended, never mind. But I gotta talk to them. We'll get you something new. There's still deposit bonuses though, but the BYDFI, this is definitely still going on. 20% for fees for life. Send my link for either of those. Check it out. Yeah, January 19th. Okay, World Economic Forum. I don't know. It's just the media's gonna have fun with it. I don't think there's anything he's gonna say that he hasn't really already said. I don't know. Has Obama, a previous president, spoken at that? I mean, oh, who just made a? Oh, shoot. Okay. Miami just missed a field goal. I didn't even realize that. It was close though. Yeah, 30 more seconds. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know how much else is there to really talk about. We talked about some good trades with Nightshade in the live stream yesterday. Those are in the Discord too. I don't know if I would trade along here necessarily. I don't know. I mean, you could make higher low. Hard to say. I mean, wouldn't say it's a terrible bet, but with the, based on fundamentals, I don't know if I would go long at the moment. Definitely don't know if I would go long at the moment. So it looks like the first half right now is almost done for the game. I'm probably going to get off in a second and just watch the game, guys. Apologies if this wasn't the most interesting, kind of stream, but, I think that it looks bad. That 3-day on ETH especially looks bearish. Market macro conditions are starting to get more and more bearish, I would say. I think the largest time frame on ETH where it's going to be the 5-day where the EMAs are all gray. I like my EMAs, man. I mean, that's the 6 days going to be next. The thing too is, like, if you're trying to predict bottoms though, 2 week, if you hit this 2 week at like 2,000 or like, I mean, it's going up slower, I guess, but 1,800, that would be good. What I was looking for ETH. I think you may hit it the first time. That 2 week 200 SMA on Bitcoin. This is the 52 week. Big place too that you bounced off of. Losing that would not be good. Let me switch this over to the 200. 50 and 200 are like the most useful moving averages, in my opinion. October, I mean, like that. If I had to guess, like 48, 49K, somewhere between May and October. If I had to guess, I feel like this is kind of your hard, like you're never going under this number again. Your hard line in the sand. That'll get up to like 40 something in, sometime in the summer. So that would be the big thing there. But yeah, I think I'm gonna get off unless you guys have any other questions. There's not. I mean, we're gonna look at a few altcoins. Let me just look at Solana and XRP, I guess. Short term, yeah. I don't know, man. I mean, I would hope you can jump up higher, but this, this kind of really dumped in the last like week. So we'll see. I mean, it is a reverse head and shoulders forming, so we'll keep that in mind. Maybe there's still a potential for 170. I don't know, but it does seem like a lot of these want to, come down farther. I'm just curious about my weekly on. Yeah, the weekly's been the gray for a while on Solana. But the cool thing about that is like the last time we went the bright after a bear market is you went nuts. Absolutely insane. Yeah, November to the, so there's that area there. So yeah. Actually went down a little bit further. Yeah, I think the thing is that look for those that 3 day, once that gets bright. I mean, I think it will come down farther. So that's my 2 Satoshis. XRP we can look at. I mean, the big cap ones, goddamn blood diamond on your weekly, is it? Or 3 day, okay. Not as bad as the weekly, but still, not the best situation. The weekly is just confirmed, yeah, gray, gray EMAs, so not too good there. Freaking blood diamond. I mean, the good thing about this, though, let me actually, I have a Bitstamp, I got more stuff. I would say 200 weekly. Let me change this to 200 weekly. So 200 weekly, and that's a good place too. And there's one thing I want to show you guys on Bitcoin before I get off, but if you hit this in a few months, 125, so less than a 50% correction from where we are. Probably about a 50% correction from that 240. I don't know if you're going to get back there anytime soon. It's kind of my guess, maybe 50% down from there. Anyway, that's Cardano. Yeah, let's look at Cardano. That'll probably be what I want to look at Cardano. And then, well, before I look at Cardano, I just wanted to show you guys on the 3 day, I think. Yeah, I mean, look at the 3. See this trigger wave forming. And now let's compare this to the previous bear market here, guys. See, you had kind of this, higher this time because of more volatility, but once that formed, you were done. Once that confirmed, like you had a freaking 68% correction down to that point. It was 63. So let's say diminished returns or diminished losses, less losses, 50%, that'd be 48. That's still what we're kind of pointing to, if you get my drift. Yeah, let's look at Cardano then Ondo. But yeah, I think that making higher lows here, I mean, that's good. That's the thing here, like that's kind of good, but as of right now, I think the thing I would be looking for is like on everything kind of 3 day, once these move into the bright, you might see some type of reversal or something. So yeah, 2 week, going through those gray EMAs there. Yeah, I don't think that looks good overall. I like the higher lows, but I don't think that's everything, unfortunately. Cardano, I don't know. I mean, this could survive at 20, maybe. Hopefully it doesn't make a lower low there. As of right now, I think it's kind of a wait and see situation. We'll see what happens with it. Let's look at Ondo. That's one I have not looked at in a while. I mean, yeah, this has only really gone down in the last year. I mean, it's probably heading down at this point. I mean, if you can break upward from that point, that would be better. 46% down. It's probably going to head down lower, I would assume. Yeah, alts are just not, they don't look too good right now. I mean, ApeCoin, I got out of this around here, like, maybe like, where was it? Maybe 40 cents. So, I mean, avoided 50% loss of, avoided 50% of emotional pain. But yeah, I mean, maybe we'll come back. I don't know. A lot of these seem dead to me, unfortunately. I mean, we could even look at Trump coin for memes right now. I mean, I don't know. It just doesn't have the caliber at the moment. I'd be curious about how his NFTs are doing, but yeah, anyway, guys, I think that pretty much sums it up. Yeah, Bitcoin could jump. Maybe there's some illusions, you know, with the holiday weekend and something. Maybe Bitcoin could jump, but macro looking more and more bearish, unfortunately, guys. Check out the Discord if you want some more trade setups and all that good stuff. Got an edge in there. He's back in the U.S. doing fantastic. Had him on the channel yesterday. I want to watch the Miami game. Hopefully some Miami miracle will happen. I'll see you guys.